Hello, how are you doing today? This is Wednesday here in Tonga, and I had some work to do today. I wanted to make it an easy rest day today. Definitely, I've been overdoing it and exhausting myself with the lack of sleep and uh, pupuha, lahi pupuha, a lot of sweating, and it took its toll. So I've kind of relaxed a little bit and slowed down. But I do want to thank my viewers. I hit the 3,000 views in hours. No, more than 3,000 views, 38,000 views, I believe. And I hit my 501 subscribers this morning. So to my viewers, I want to thank you very much, and be patient with me. I'm in Tonga, and the internet service, I've been trying to upload and it's been failing. So I'm going to work on how I can be proficient. I'm going to try to see if my phone company itself back in America, my son's going to work on seeing if they can get me faster speed service. But that being said, today's agenda, back to why I'm here, my plan and my journey is to get my business license and have a business here in Tonga. And it seems to be doable, just very a little frustrating because it almost felt like I wasn't getting complete information how to do things, or on two instances I had my paperwork taken, and as I gave it to them to apply for it, and they said, okay, you can't do this now, you have to go to this first, go to the Ministry of Tourism and get a letter, a business plan, and then they submit that. You have to learn the orders, because otherwise I felt like I was just being sent back and forth and not really making progress, because I started off with the embassy. The embassy said, okay, took my paperwork, didn't give it back. I had to go back and get my passport photos and the application. I did get it back. Once I did get it back, they told me I wasn't, that wasn't complete. I had to go to step one, which was get a business certificate and license and foreign investment fees, and pay for the company fee to be here and logged into their system here in Tonga. That being said, I got guided to the right place. So if you're going to start this visitor visa or business visa, I would, particularly for the business visa, you're going to have to start with the Ministry of Tourism, get the business plan proposal template from them, as well as the Ministry of Tourism letter of support checklist, which looks like this. And this is from the Department of Ministry. They gave me this. They told me all I needed to do was come up with my business plan. And one lady said, yeah, just write it out. It's not a big deal. And then we can retype it. But she didn't let me know that this was the order in which you had to complete that plan, the business plan, and with all these criteria and questions answered completely. So that being said, today I will be going to actually start step one, which is get the plan submitted from the Department of Ministry. Then they go on to the Department of Development, Ministry of Development, I believe, and from there they file all your business company and every business company, foreign investment, as well as getting your business certificate, which if you look at it, I'll show you a quick little brief this is what it actually comes out to once they're done. Coming up with your company name, email address, phone number, contacts, on, and your objective. So last night I answered each question in order, made sure that I was able to answer them in complete sentences and paragraphs to each question. Today I will be taking it easy. I'm just gonna go and drop this paperwork off. The ladies there, they were so kind. They took the time to actually explain everything. One of the ladies, and then she asked her supervisor, which was even more helpful. He helped me out and guided me to get to the right direction and the right path and process. So I don't want you guys to come to Tonga and get frustrated. If you're coming for your business visa, you have to start with the Ministry of Tourism, then going on to the development of it. And that would be, should have, not sure if it's in here, but I do have a paperwork that, where are you at? This is what I'm trying to get at. Tonga's business license. So you got a business registry's office is where you have to go, and that's in the Ministry of Trade and Economic Development. That's where you have to go after you go to the Ministry of Tourism. Get your plan, business plan written out like I did, and then you wait for them to submit it to the Department Ministry of Trade and Economic Development. That's where you get all that paperwork done. Foreign investment, that would come into this paperwork. Foreign investment. Foreign investment paperwork. Then you have this list that they want you to have filled out, and that's the checklist here for the application for foreign investment. So you have to get all this information out the way, which I was being ping-ponged, and I felt like I wasn't getting there until I actually talked to the right people in the right departments working there that could actually explain it in detail and guide me to doing it correctly. When I'm done with that, plan a Ministry of Tourism, get my business plan out the way. That takes up to 3 days approval. So that's why I'm considering today. I dropped the paperwork off. I'm just going to print it out. Those ladies took my passport and copied it for me instead of sending me somewhere else to go and get a copy. They helped me out with that. I'm thankful for that. Tonga has a lot of good people here, and some aren't bad people. They're just not knowledgeable, even in the positions that they're in, explaining properly to foreigners like myself how to properly do it. So it got frustrating at first, but I got it under control within 3 days. Back and forth, almost really taking myself out because I was sweating so bad that you can see that in the videos. And I just really took my body out. I mean, I was down and out. I could a lot, vomiting, this, that, and the other, headaches, body aches because I dehydrated myself and didn't realize that I was taking that much of a toll on my body walking around in Nuku'alofa when I could have just, like my uncle said, you could have taken a taxi. So from here on out, if I have any business, I'll do my little taxi runs in town. It's cheaper for me to pay the taxi fees, $3, $4, $5 here and here, back and forth, than for me to sit here and exert myself and put myself in a bad position again, which takes me out of the game completely. If I get ill here, it's a lot different than getting ill in the States and having facilities that could help me out. Out here, their hospital is it's not up to par. I've been in there, almost died, had a operation after I left here. I was almost dying here. I almost died in Wyola Hospital in 2018 because of a dirty needle tattoo that I explained in another video. And luckily I survived. Going back to the United States, having surgery, and staying in rehabilitation for a month and a week or two. I still don't blame Tonga itself. I love Tonga, so that's why I'm here now. I do blame the individual that knew that he was using dirty needles, and I had seen him again on my last visit here. I'm not going to mention names. I seen him, and he tried to approach me with more business, and I had to just tell him, I can't, you have to leave. I don't want to even deal with you anymore. And I heard he's in Tori Tori right now, so I don't even have to see him. That being said, getting back to the foreign application, for those that don't know the fees are, let me get it. The lady wrote it down for me. For my company, to file my company, it's $414. For my foreign investment form application, that's $575. Then for my business license, once that's all done and approved, I have to pay either 115 panga, or and that's for filing it there, or I can go online and do it for $57.50, I believe. So that comes to a total of almost $1,000, and a little over $1,015 or something like that. That being said, whatever the mathematics is 414, 575, and 57. I'm not in the mood to do math this early in the morning. It's like 7 something. The crows had me up forever, and I was just waiting for sunlight to come up and be able to make the video. Today, right now, I'm going to take a walk on I don't want to go through these bushes again. But I am going to take a walk and show you the property that I went to the other day. That was overgrown, and I was walking through all this waist-high grass just to walk to the houses and around it. That's on my mind to go take a look at it. He, actually, my cousin from New Zealand that owns the houses, seen that the property was getting overgrown, and he called another cousin of mine's up and told him to go ahead and cut the grass and get it trimmed up and nice, manicured a bit. So I'm going to go take a video because he asked me if I could please go video it and make sure that it was done, probably for him to pay the other relative. That being said, I'm going to go walk over there now. Might take a little walk around Nuku Nuku Street because hopefully I could find a shortcut. But that's what I'll work on. Put my mic box away. I'll walk in and put my everything away in the house real quick. And then from there, we'll head off to my cousin's house. Always dogs around. So I've got to get myself prepared for that. And that's only picking up some rocks or having a stick in your hand is sufficient enough to keep the dogs at bay. Wow, they're over here doing all kinds of stuff. Come in the house. Drop my stuff off, and then I'm on my way to my cousin's. Go look at his property. These are the dogs that have been fighting the neighbor's dogs. These are our dogs. But these 3 dogs, they don't allow any other dogs to come around. So if there's a dog that comes on their area, they are quick to want to attack it. And back down that way is my cousin's house. And he's got a ton of dogs. And with his ton of dogs, oh, lucky me, I already found my first little bit of change. Somebody dropped it and blessed me with it. I'm gonna see if I could take a shortcut through our neighbor's property without getting attacked by a dog or something, which is easy cheesy. Just make sure you got some rocks in your hand, and they are scared of them. So I do want to see that. I could have made it right here, but you see all those dogs back there? That's what I'd have to contend with to go through this property. So I'd prefer to go around. I'll take my trip around, take everybody around, see how it is. Dogs want to come out from everywhere. And this is my security. This is Sumo. Sumo is my bodyguard. Hey! See? That's what I mean. You got to be careful. They sneak up behind you. He was already coming up on me. Sumo, I thought you were supposed to help me. You leave me hanging. Let's see if they made a path through here. Otherwise, I got to walk around. And I do believe I got to walk around. I don't mind. It's a good exercise this morning for me. Let me get my camera adjusted right. And then I can sit here and take a second to gather myself. Sumo's over there. I got my rock. Let me get to heading over to my cousin's house. And I can sit here. And I always say the word sit here. I don't know why. It's a habit. I don't sit anywhere. Can't even sit still. My uncles have been telling me since I got here. Malalo, Terry. Oh, the weather is very humid, and they've been warning me, and I didn't take its toll. Listen to them, and it took its toll on me. So I get it. While they're telling me to take care of myself, I'm thinking I just got to get this done. You know, they gave me only 1 month, and they're gonna to process even the foreign investment. All that process is before I could even go and apply for my business visa. All those things, the business plan, the approval for that in 3 days, then going on to the foreign investment, paying for the company, paying for the business certificate. Thank you. Come on, Sumo. Good boy. He's following me, keeping me safe, hopefully. But that's the Faikawa house here, Nuku Nuku. That's where I drink when I go have a kava sesh. But besides that, I'm going to record a little bit back over here. Malolele. I'll put you on video because I've been in a video. Okay. Malolele. And I'll show big and up here, Sonevaling. For the Tonga. Yeah, my uncle, as I mentioned before, Sonevaling was the original owner of the property that he inherited from his father. And his kids. They would be inherited it too, but they're not doing well. So a cousin from New Zealand, his grandson, is claiming the property, and he's developing it. At least he's doing something with it, but he's protected. Oh yeah, it looks a lot better. Roderick, Nawe. Oh, your property looks a lot better than when I came the other day. It was really overgrown. So I could see, if you see here, little plastic. They've been in here weed whacking, getting things done. Again, for those, I had a agricultural engineer from Egypt who's been contacting me, asking me if it would be worth it for him to come and apply for a work visa here, and would it benefit Tonga? And I believe it would. I told him I believe him and his family moving from Egypt would be fine, that he can make a living here after he establishes himself and gets settled in. So I know that it can be done. If I'm doing it, he can do it. Again, I'm gonna walk into the fade. I gotta be careful because the wood is very dry rotted around, and I could get hurt, and I can't afford to be getting hurt here in Tonga. Whether it's scrapes, cuts, or anything, they could take their toll going into an infection, and then so on and so forth. And I don't want to fall into that. But he did come and trim it. So again, I love coming here. It reminds me of my uncle. I've got to spend a lot of time with him in Inglewood, California as a youth. And then he just welcomed me when he knew I came to Tonga. He was just excited that I'd made the trip and made the effort to come here with, at that time, with 3 of my young kids, 4, 3, and 2 years old. And I mentioned that before. That was Gregory, Henry, and Danny Wallace. They all came when they were kids, and I can't wait for them to come back as adults and appreciate the country their mothers from. Gets me choked up. I really appreciate it. Again, for those viewers, I'm getting there. Over 500 views, over 500 subscribers, over 3,000 hours of views. I got about 1 more 1,000 hours of view hours, as well as 5 more 100 subscriptions, and I'll be monetized thanks to everybody out there watching and learning. It's gonna take me somewhere else in life. I'm very choked up. I love this country. And let me go take a look, get off that subject, get out of my emotions, and just give my cousin a quick overview, walk around so he sees that the work was done, and that it's whoever he had doing it, he could trust that they got it done, and that it's his property looks good. All this will all be gone. All this, he's going to clear all this out. He's still got it, like I said, do septic tanks, water tanks, electric hookup. But I'm loving this concept here. And these houses are the way to go for Tonga now. These are definitely a new way of building. I'll put it in there. This is what the houses look like inside. And again, let me show you this way. That's the kitchen to the left, bathroom in the center, and 2 bedrooms to the right. So you do have a nice little living condition here. All you're doing is waterproofing it once you have it set up. There's plastic all over it. You got to take the plastic off. As you can see, even on the doors here, there's plastic there. So all that in here as well. This is what I mean by the plastics. They're lined up all over. all the way to the top. So just wanted to go ahead and show. I might take that's where I'm at. I had to walk all the way around because the other day I came through and it was like, I got my legs scratched up by going through the bush. But all in all, the cousin came, he chopped it down. It looks a lot better. I'm glad they're saving this house here. Such a, somebody told me in one of the comments, what a treasure, a national treasure this is. There's no more Tongas anymore. That era is gone away. But if he could remodel this and get it up to par, that's what he's trying to do. And that would be awesome for a recreational area for those that are coming in vacationing here. And I'm already getting a little sweaty because it's humid, very humid. Let's see if I could shortcut this and go. I'll put the camera down for a minute and get things tight because it's loosening up on me. Now this is where I came in the other day. And closing the legs on the stand so that way you don't get caught in the bushes as I try to get out of here. It's these hard little sticking up bushes that get you. Let me see if I could step over. Step over and then I'm gonna grab my camera. So that way there's barbed wire here and fence. Can't afford to get hurt. All right, back on this side. Let me grab the camera. Gotta reach it first. There we go. All right. Forgive me if I'm too close. I gotta be careful. There's the tree stumps under growth that can have me tripping and falling. But that's where we're at. Today I'll be dropping the paperwork off with the family. And you can see they've been harvesting here. The pigs must be coming through and tearing up this growth here. This is actually food underneath here. You don't eat the plants, you eat the roots. Let me see if I could cut across this tall grass without getting hurt, scraped up, or causing injury to myself. All right. And then my uncle, because he'd cut all the trees, he wasn't able to see from that property there to this property here. It was so, had tall trees, a lot of growth. You couldn't even see. But my cousins and uncle came and put some crops in. This is all Tongan tobacco that my uncle had put in the last time I was here. Actually, it's grown since I was here in September, August and September, around that time, August of last year. And that's when I saw those homes, decided that this is what I wanted to do for me and my wife, to have a home here in Tonga. The camera keeps loosening up and spinning, so I gotta get that under control. But thank you for taking a walk with me. Thank you for viewing. I'll be uploading more videos. I just have to get into town, get to some Wi-Fi, and then I'll be all right. But it's humid already, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. And I appreciate you guys' time watching. I'm gonna take a breather real quick and slow down. Look at this. And that's why if I'm losing this much water in the morning and then running around all day, I can see that's why it's taking its toll on my body and dehydrated it. We call it pupuha, sweating. Lahi pupuha, a lot of sweat. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm tired. Still the crows. I'm getting used to the crowing in the morning and the dogs fighting. But it's coming along, and I got in a little better sleep last night. Tried some stuff in my ears with some cotton to plug them, and it helped a little bit. At least I was able to get through the dog fights and the crowing this morning without it being directly alarming me to wake up. I heard them, but they were lightly in my sleep. So I'm an early riser anyway, so I was up as soon as I actually started homing in on the sounds. All right. Thank you very much again for viewing, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll be giving more information. I'll be making a video going into town and delivering the paperwork, the plan of business to the Ministry of Tourism today. And then I'll be good for the next few days until I get an approval, and then I get back to work with the other application processes. Thank you very much for viewing. Again, those viewers that subscribed and continue watching, I appreciate you, because you're getting me where I want to get in this endeavor. And I appreciate it, and thank you very much. Have a great day, and goodbye.